this. More escapades of what I'll say is T the Gray. Well, y'all would turn old and gray. I'm Benjamin Button with this. Maybe a blunt instrument or a blunt that I passed that was lit on the front of it. If I offended any at all, I wish it would have been all of them. All is for more of this bread, and then y'all would have wanted to get Moses' staff that would glow with a gem on the top of that bitch. More of this was a bench that I would have chiseled in TWA initials, cause TWA lives. Most fools, this fucking frost would come that I never thought if I want, because I was just that far off type stuff. Until the furrows from Ferris would poke in their holes, because then y'all would have been the poke, because you're full of it, bro. Blimps to get lift, and then I would cast blasphemous shit. That would have been the past type shit for the pessimist. I would have got the past when I rip, because that would have been to what extent type shit to all creation. No. TWA the best. That's the statement best, cause I live under a bridge and I just wait for you to pass, and then I would have taken some change from your past with the pocket would have got it. With this horn that I got, that's at the end of my arm type shit. I give in my allness. This would have been the cloth that was pulled on that would glow, because then I would have rolled like the marble, bro. Some marvelous, some more is what I said to myself constantly, dog, while you always pulling yourself down and you don't even know. Y'all need chop that's soft, well I need something sharp that could have been doing the job with this talk, because it was fork in the raw, which way do you go type stuff. Maybe a Gnostic would know, or a ghost that haunted a house. My Valhalla talk is gone. Like, this was vanilla now. This was all that you needed to know and nothing else. Y'all can hit your heads against the wall that don't have the pads, because I guess they haven't found that y'all was crazy as fuck all along, and I was the only one that was sane, so you could see your way to an asylum that had a vacancy, bitch. Like, that sign was still lit type shit, so you could slit with the connect your hands to your arm type shit, because that would have been tight. Like, what lit the wick? Who let it flow, and why this go? Like waterfall, real smoke, like to hit the toe. Like, that was wit, but just the parts. Flows go open chest from kick from lean, because then I kid not with this shit. Hope you sink to a fucking pit. Could pull you up if I want, but then this was what go overhead like dove release with wet, and rings with a guard, fingers and hands. All up in arms with flows I taught the takes, with guns that was large that could point anywhere they want. This was a bridge that I never made type stuff. This was what Boston Marathon was talking about. Open your chest, your heart for him, because then I could go cobble them like stone, but you never trip over those. Maybe you would in your goggles, bro. Gargle my song if you will. That's how fucking fresh it was. Like cement was picked every time. That extends some wit, like it's some sticks. If y'all can build a hut, you can build a house if you want. You can call it a home if there was love. You can call the outline like somebody go, like there's some job. There's a detective on his way with the light on the top of his car. This was what you would have called for final resting place type shit, with the plot involved, with the plot thickens in the song. This is what would boil over with the heart underneath the dog, and I hope you gotta donate the dog type stuff, because he would adore my talk. Bow, give me my shit. That's right. When we go to have been ripped because y'all would have waited for this for eternity's ate some bakes. More of this I beg from rip on balcony list because my rip is called it's crucial and it's just a cruise of this. This was a missile that went on top of whip because I would win type shit whether you like it or not. You fall in love with the song because that would what we pull to the ball like that's an undertow behind the ball, and then I would rip all the balls. I guess it wasn't mine because then I guess I was just a rhyme. I guess I just a rhyme from what you would rip on the skin, what would walk, but now it dog because then I would look so awkward dog like an awkward. Maybe a book that's thick that I wrote. In the sticky bits I light with flame and maybe mids I strike that bitch as hard I can because then you would walk. Just an instant thought I get because that would have been the forest and shit that decided to grow the rest. That would have been the rest of development. The yoke from show because y'all could have croaked the joke if you woke because then I would have poked a hole inside of what was big artisan with some of this frosting that was delicious. Delicacy be this bumblebees with wings flip. I don't mind you sting me if you like. Get all my skin, make me look chicken pox, even though I already got. Then I got it fixed by talk, and then I got it fixed by dark because then I gotta go and do something else. But forgot what it was. I'll just spit a song. Spit to a frog that sits on the log, cause the lily paws was all took by other ones. By ins and outs with flows I got and buns without the sesame seeds on top. So pissed off. That was when the pisses ripped so I could get some more of this petrol that's pulled from bows from dinosaurs that don't live no more. It's just one off. But how? Guess we'll never know. Or I guess we will. I guess it's just a gust of wind that hits a gust of bits because then I swing the club the hardest as I can with the dimples on this ball that wanna get in this hull. Then I can win. Dub up my chest because I'm just fluorescent flowers that live that never wanna die. They just keep on going. Like they was trees all alone. Was they deciduous bits because you were descendants of when I would spit some sentences fresh that made sense inside of your heads. That would have been the oak or these the bark I peeled from off the dog because then I would have gone off the dog to see how wet the water was. That was some wonderful, really like play it back if you want, because the next part probably sucks. Probably suck you in like a typo dog. Would have been some tribal stuff. Go ahead, tamper with my song, hit the drum, it's all you brought. If you get for a troll, type stuff with a small, because you could have stuffed some plush into what you call with this claw. That's half a bug that did the job, and I got all bug. Like a doom buggy would. That was bothering y'all all along because I'm a bother to y'all and you don't even know because then I would have built a barn if you want and colored it any color you want. That's a Crayola in the box that I brought because that would have been the box and burner that's lit in his heart. Boom. Great. Fuck yeah. TWA son. Give me mine.